I got asked a question on one of my videos yesterday, and this is the hardest question and the most difficult question to answer, I think. So the question was, how did I get better? I haven't even thought through what I'm going to say in this video. It's very difficult because when the recovery is so slow, like over years, plus you try a million different things over those years, it's really difficult to tell what was the thing or the collection of things that worked and what didn't. But I'll try my best to summarize what sort of things I've been doing along this journey that's helped me. It's gonna take a long time to state everything, but yeah, I think one of the first things that I had to do was to, I guess, calm my nervous system down, because I got ill at it was just so hectic. Like, I was working out in Australia and there was loads of stuff happening. Like, I was diagnosed with the hashimotos, thyroid up the left, and then the Ross River virus. Yeah, and just so many things was going on, and I had a really bad experience with the doctors out there. I saw 6 of them out there, and they all had a different opinion, and one of them even just told me, you know, oh, I see this all the time, especially in women when they get near 30, blah blah blah. I'll not go into it, but yeah, by the time I got back home, like, because I had to quit my job and fly home, it was really devastating. It took me a long time to get over that, and when I got home, yeah, I just, you know, I had to completely like stop doing things, and I did a lot of meditation, and I started doing some yoga, because like I was saying, like, in the post the other day, like, you know, I wouldn't have considered myself as severe CFS because like most of the time, like, I still could do stuff. It's just that the stuff I was doing, I just didn't feel good doing. Though of course there were days where I really struggled just standing, but most of the time, like, I still was able to do like wee bits of yoga, wee bits of walking, stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so one of the most important things then, I think, was trying to get sleep sorted because I was sleeping really bad. What else? Yeah, I was starting to do a wee bit of yoga, but I think I made a pacing chart, so I would keep track of everything I was doing and how I was feeling. And yeah, but for a long time I was still doing too much. I was still pushing too much. So eventually I just had to figure out what I could do without feeling worse the next day. So that took a lot of trial and error, and a lot of the times I get really angry and just be like, fuck this, I'm just gonna go and, you know, overdo it because I'm so miserable. And then I was caught in a cycle then of doing too much and blah 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 blah. Oh my gosh, I haven't even got on to like the main stuff. So yeah, there was that. Something that really helped me was doing saunas. I bought an infrared sauna blanket. Flipping love that. Still use that like all the time. So that was really important. I do cold showers every day, but I wouldn't recommend that if you're really quite fragile, because the first time I tried cold water, I think it took me a month to recover from it. Like, you know, I was not in a good shape after it. I jumped in the sea in February, and oh my gosh, instead of going in for 5 minutes like you're supposed to, I got into a conversation with someone in the sea, as you do in winter, and I was in there for far too long, and I was not in good shape after coming out of that water. Sorry, I just stopped recording there because someone walked by and I wanted to say hello to them. But anyway, yeah, so cold water is something that really helped me. Of course, like dealing with the thyroid stuff, like getting those levels under control, would have been important. What else? lots of meditation. When I was starting to pace and I was starting to do the walks, like say I do a 10-minute walk, I'd come in straight away, lie down, do meditation, because previously like I would do a walk and then I would, you know, I could tell that I was going into fight or flight just coming in, because I was starting to think, oh no, have I overdone it, you know, panicking, blah blah blah. So my diet was gluten-free, dairy-free. I'm going to talk about diet in a different video, because that's such a big topic. I don't know, I don't overly feel like diet for me was such a big issue, because I really had a pretty good diet beforehand anyway. But what other things? So I did a video on the Optimum Health Clinic, and I did a lot with them. So because I had a lot of co-infections, like Borrelia and stuff, which comes from ticks, I did a really brutal protocol for that. I'm still okay. Well, I'm not doing it out here. I've literally just stopped doing it, but it was over a year I was taking stuff for it, and it was pretty hard, because sometimes I felt worse during that time. But yeah, that's been a big thing, dealing with gut issues, because I did a stool test there that came back and it was like 10 out of 10 need for help. So yep, the old gut was not in good shape. Some more people just walked by there, so I thought I'd just stop. Flip, I forgot what I was saying now. Oh my goodness. Oh, it was on about the Optimum Health Clinic, wasn't it? Yeah, so I did the 90-day plan, which was sort of like a brain retraining type thing, and like that did help. It did help, but it wasn't everything for me. The nutrition stuff, you know, those tests and treatment stuff also really helped, but again, it wasn't everything for me. I think, although it was, you know, I do think it was crucial, but I feel like, and I was saying this to my Optimum Health Clinic practitioner just, was that like last week or the week before, that she could have given me everything, all those supplements, the whole plan, everything, but it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have done anything if I hadn't have done everything else I've been doing as well, and also had the right mindset for it. So yeah, so speaking about mindset, like for me, I had to keep listening to recovery stories, which is why I'm so passionate about, you know, putting out stuff on my own, because it was crucial for me. The days where I'd be like inside in a ball crying, I'd stick on recovery stories, which is how I got to Raylan. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry if I say Raylan's name wrong. But yeah, so I got to her channel and in this group. Yeah, so recovery stories, keeping hope. What else? I feel like I'm missing something really crucial. I think probably as well, like for me, I would have just been stuck at about probably 50%. And at 50%, maybe 60%, let's say, you know, I was okay. Like I didn't feel horrific. And like I was able to go back to work after the year off. I think I would have been stuck in that place quite easily if I hadn't have sort of done like gradual exercise, I guess. For me, that was weight training in the gym. But the funny thing about the gym was I was so nervous about going back, because, you know, I had so many experiences of going back doing stuff, going back trying running, you know, so many times, and then crashing and then having to start again. So I was really nervous. So when I first joined the gym, I just went to the gym basically not to even do anything, just to go in, and they had like jacuzzis and stuff, so I would go in the jacuzzi for like, whoa, oh my gosh, did you see that bird? Flip, wow, what is it? But yeah, just to like kind of almost let my body know that it's okay to be there. So I did that for a long time, and you know, I don't know, maybe a couple of months or so of just going to use the spa really. And of course like the sauna really helps as well. And you know, I was getting a bit more confident then, and I started to then dip my toes in the gym. So I started to lift some very light weights, and then, you know, I'd feel okay. And sometimes like I wouldn't feel brilliant, but I knew it was still progress, and it wasn't the sort of bad feeling that, hello little bug, oh, it wasn't the sort of bad feeling that I was getting when I was going to crash. It was just that, you know, I was really out of shape, I guess, from having done not much for a couple of years. So I did that, and then I started to build on that, doing a wee bit more, and like I've mentioned before, like I basically stopped doing all the other things I was doing because I was trying to get back into cycling, climbing, all that. So I stopped everything and just focused on walks, and then started to pace the walks alongside the gym. And I found as my strength increased in the gym, my stamina and everything increased along with it. And eventually I started seeing a personal trainer who was really understanding. Oh my gosh, I'm like covered in ants. This is probably not a good place to sit. Yeah, he was really understanding, and he really helped. Like, he set me plans, and then I would go twice a week, and I still do that, and I still see him. So that's been a very big thing for me. And I think, get away. I think in the very later stages, like I'm talking like currently, you know, I would say, I mean, I'm starting to think that I am probably close to 100%, but before this trip I would have said I was maybe about 90%. And something that's helped me through that is looking at, even though I know this is very controversial, but looking at like Dr. Sarno's work on TMS, which I actually found out about through this group. Somebody did a post about it. But now I don't know, I can't make up my mind. I don't agree with everything in his book, and like I definitely don't feel like my symptoms were because of, you know, repressed emotion or whatever. Like, I don't feel like that. But what I have really got out of reading his stuff is it helps me not fear the symptoms. And I do find when you don't fear the symptoms, they don't get as bad, I feel, anyway, at the moment. So like, for example, like this morning I put on a video from this guy, I can't remember his name, but he's got a YouTube channel called Pain Free You, and I listened to his video this morning on not freaking out, because it was really good, because I was freaking out a little bit, thinking, have I taken on too much and all that. So I keep having to stop because there keeps being groups of people walking by, which is funny because I really have not seen that many people on this trip, but this section here is quite busy. But yeah, I was saying Dr. Sarno's work. Now, if you don't know anything about his work, it's like a mind-body tension myositis syndrome, I think it's called, but like a mind-body thing. So the reason why I don't really agree with it a lot of the time is because he basically says there's nothing wrong with you, go live your life, you know, like it is, that it's a psychosomatic illness, which I don't personally agree with. But like I said, in later stages of recovery, his stuff and the guy from Pain Free You has really helped me not be afraid. But flip me, there's just so many things, like doing yoga has helped. Flip, just trying to remember. Yeah, just gently getting back to exercising, working on mindset. I've had to work on mindset a lot, to be honest, and it's something I still work on, because, you know, I have times where like I do like freak out a little bit. Like, see, when I had COVID in November, and I did a video on my YouTube channel, literally like when I was right slap bang in the middle of having COVID, and I looked an absolute state, but I was sort of talking about my fears during that, because I really was so scared, especially because it was like a virus that kind of kicked this all off for me. You know, I was terrified. is this it again, you know? But yeah, I think as well for me, kind of distancing myself from listening to chronic fatigue stuff, which is funny because here I am like making it now, but yeah, like I had to take a wee space from it. So what I would do is I would listen to I'd listen to a recovery story one day, and the next day I would listen to an adventure podcast. So listening to something that's completely unrelated to health, to do with my passions, and I really recommend doing that. To have a little bit of a space. And I also muted any group I was part of, so it meant that I could come to the groups on my own terms rather than seeing it on my Facebook. So yeah, I found that helpful. And also like making a big goal. This was my big goal, and planning it was a massive part of my recovery, because I think when I started thinking about doing something like this, it was when I had COVID and I was rock bottom again, and I thought, you know, I need to just make a big goal, something I can plan for. And then I found myself, rather than like googling, you know, latest CFS remedies, blah blah blah, instead of that, you know, I was looking up you know, like maps and how to read a compass. Okay, that's a lie. I still haven't learned how to read a compass properly. I used to be able to, but I can't remember. But you get what I mean, like, you know, looking up tent stuff, and like I started buying gear, and you know, a bit like what Joe Dispenza, that's another book I really recommend, is his book You Are the Placebo. Yeah, kind of just visualizing myself being able to do this. Yeah, so books, like reading sort of books that give you hope. That was one. Joe Dispenza, You Are the Placebo. The Power of Now was a good book. The Journey by Brandon Bayes, I think, was another book that gave me so much hope that anything's possible. What else? Oh flip, there's I don't even know. I'm gonna finish this video and I'm gonna be like, I forgot something really, really major. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I do have some videos on, I have a YouTube channel called The Hope Boat, which, you know, I've kind of just been chipping away at what sort of helped me. I take a topic and then I talk about it on that, so I don't know if that's gonna be useful. But oh, and also, do you know what, I have a PDF that I was keeping track of everything I've tried and what's helped and what hasn't. So if anyone wants, I can send you that. So just let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. It's a bit long, it's probably a bit overwhelming to be honest, but it's just I wanted to keep track of it just in case this question ever came up. So, and I've probably missed a lot of the things out because I'm a bit tired, to be honest. Obviously I've been walking for quite some time now, so that's totally normal, but I think that's everything. This has been a very long video. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. If I think of anything else, then yeah, I'll let you know. But the video, I've got a video on my YouTube called Welcome. Now, when I recorded that, I think I was around 70% recovered. But I talk a lot about the things I've tried in that video, and kind of a wee bit more about kind of how it all happened, how I kind of developed CFS in that video. And then there's a video on the Optimum Health Clinic, and I speak a lot about the tests. I've shared my results from those tests in that video. So I don't know if that's any use, but anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling now. Like, I could have been at the hotel like half an hour ago if I had just kept going. But it's just amazing. I just wanted to stop and just take in this scenery, and it's absolutely amazing. But anyway, if anyone has any other questions or anything, like, I'm always happy to answer them if I can. But that's everything, so bye. This is gonna be me the whole way to the end of this trail now, keeping thinking of things. But Another thing that was really crucial for me was having a routine. Super crucial. And for me, that sort of meant trying to get up at the same time every day and going to bed at the same time, having lunch at the same time, and then doing like a daily meditation at the same time, especially when I wasn't working. This was really important. And when I went back to work, it was horrific. It was brutal, to be honest, because the first week, you know, I had a crash and I was finishing work. You know, I was working from home, basically like crawling into bed after, feeling really ill. I couldn't eat. It was awful. But you know, I nearly quit, but I stuck with it and things settled down. And yeah, they got a lot better. And then because of the routine of going to work and just feeling good that, you know, oh, I was doing something, you know, I was so happy to go back to work, and having that routine of the work day. Oh my gosh, my arm's so tired, I'm gonna change hands. That really helped me. And then having the routine of like going to the gym on the same day, but that's just me, like everyone's different. I'm a very, well, it depends. Sometimes I can be routine, and when, oh, I thought I dropped some. When I'm on like a trip like this, you know, I don't really care, anything goes. But yeah, routine, very important. And I think I mentioned sleep. And sleep is still, if I don't get good sleep, like my day is just ruined. So I'm still working on sleep because I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. But that's, yeah, that's all I can think of for now. There'll probably be another one in like 5 meters up the road.